welcome to Smart Investing Stockbusters. I'm your host, Sandy Franks. My guest today says, sell now, do not buy on hope. This stock is doomed. What stock is doomed? Well, allow me to introduce Ann Sosnowski, editor of Diligent Investor and Diligent Investor Microcap Hot Sheet. Ann is here to warn you against buying shares of Vonage. I'm sure you recognize the name. Vonage offers broadband telephone services or voice over IP technology at a fixed monthly fee, including web and internet-based voicemail. Let's find out why it's a doomed stock. Ann, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sandy.
Now, you're not very pleased with what you see of Vonage, but before you tell us why, let's talk a little bit more about the services they provide.
Well, in addition to broadband phone services, Vonage also sells equipment like a wireless internet phone and telephone adapters. Now, Vonage's online phone services offer a savings of $10 or more per month on phone bills. Currently, they have about 2.2 million phone service subscribers.
Now, Vonage just suffered some legal problems, correct?
Absolutely, Sandy. This is really serious. Vonage is now barred from signing up new customers as a result of stepping on Verizon Communications patents. Now, Verizon owns the rights to certain technologies used to link internet-based phone calls to traditional phone networks and retrieve voicemail. Now, Vonage overstepped these patent boundaries and was caught red-handed.
And wasn't Verizon awarded monetary damages?
Vonage is forced to award Verizon $58 million for patent infringement. Now, because Vonage is barred from signing up new customers, this could essentially kill the internet phone company. This injunction will take effect on Thursday, but Vonage is currently trying to appeal it. The U.S. Appeals Court has stated that it will hear Vonage's case on April 24th. Now, the $58 million in damages paid to Verizon is a lighter punishment than originally intended, which would actually disrupt phone service for all existing members, allowing them only to speak to other Vonage customers.
Well, what is going to be the impact of this legal action on Vonage, particularly for their customers?
Well, on a regular basis, Vonage loses roughly 50,000 customers per month. This injunction will cause the company to lose at least 650,000 customers for the year, and then they're not able to make up for those losses with new customer signups. Now, Vonage is really getting on their high horse for this. They have delusions of still operating as a company. In fact, they plan to go against the court order, signing as many customers up by Thursday and continuing to sign up customers even after the injunction is in place on Thursday.
Well, couldn't one see this as a tactic to raise a lot of cash quickly?
Well, signing up customers before the injunction certainly is, but they're not going to look good in front of the appeals court on April 24th if they go against the original injunction and continue to sign up customers, essentially illegally. Now, they're currently working on a workaround plan to continue business around Verizon's patents. Vonage already has to pay $66 million bond to cover the jury costs and other expenses, and Verizon is trying to get an additional $189 million tacked onto that.
Well, Ann, let's talk a minute about Verizon, the company that took legal action against Vonage. What's their situation?
Well, Verizon, as the #2 telephone company in the business, has patents for internet phone technology, but it doesn't market them heavily or even have a lot of subscribers. Verizon was smart in patenting this technology early on and waiting for a startup company to step on its feet. This is essentially free money for Verizon and smart on top of that.
So Vonage copied Verizon's patented technology and is going full steam ahead signing up new customers. Is it possible, Ann, that the company could come through this without any scars whatsoever?
As I said, Vonage is acting like they're the gods of telephone services. I mean, the company is saying that its imminent demise is greatly exaggerated. But they've recently ramped up advertising in the last 6 months, which also costs some serious money. You add their advertising costs to this whole court case and the injunction, and you have a company that's dead in the water. I wouldn't expect Vonage to get out of this deal alive. I expect the appeals court to keep the original court ruling. You'll see Vonage disappear off of the tech map, just like many startups in the early 21st century.
So for you, the bottom line is Vonage is a doomed stock.
Absolutely. I'm here to say that even if you are an investor that can incur a lot of risk with your investments, you'd have to be crazy to be holding Vonage stock right now, or to even consider it or trying to buy it on in hopes that it will be able to compromise and work around Verizon's online telephone patents.
Let's look at the numbers on Vonage just for a minute. What kind of profit does it make? How much revenue does it produce?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, Sandy, I'm surprised that anyone has actually bought this stock in the last few years. It has terrible fundamentals, a negative 47.10% profit margin. You're looking at a negative 46.62% operating margin and a negative 182% return on equity. They're just not making the money. Now, Vonage has lost 80% of its share value in the last year, 365 days, and it's currently at about $3 per share. This, to me, is another circumstance like Sirius Satellite Radio that I warned viewers about earlier in the month. Now, it's not a buy on a dips opportunity at all.
It certainly doesn't sound like it, and an 80% loss of share value is huge. The numbers don't sound good at all, particularly for those viewers who have Vonage in their portfolio. So it sounds like, and I'm sure you're going to agree, now is the time to get out if you have Vonage.
Absolutely. As I said before, you'd have to be crazy to think that Vonage can appeal this decision or to develop a workaround plan that will be feasible enough to continue running as a company or to attract more customers. I would just give up hope on Vonage. Sell your shares and do not buy any more.
I have to agree with you, Ann. It makes perfect sense. It doesn't sound like we'll see any improvement in the numbers, and considering Vonage says it's going to basically ignore the injunction and continue to sign up customers just spells trouble ahead.
Absolutely. The fact that they're going against that injunction is just bad news. I sell Vonage and do not buy it.
Well, I think you're right, Ann. It's good information as always. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Sandy.
If you'd like to hear more about the stocks Ann recommends for her readers, including other stocks to sell, then consider a subscription to her service, Diligent Investor. Your action to take is to sell Vonage. That's it for now. I'm Sandy Franks, and I'll see you again next week on Smart Investing Stockbusters. Until then, keep your portfolio safe.